I was going to put a wig over this, but then I realized how well laid these braids are, and I thought that will be a shame. So here I am, my ears and all. Why not? Hi everyone, you're most welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my video, my name is Laila. I do videos on motherhood, lifestyle, and I talk about social issues. If that sounds like your cup of tea, consider subscribing, okay? As you can see, we need some growing, okay? Consider subscribing. Let's talk. Obviously, I did not know that I was making a mistake until I started seeing the consequences of what I had done. And of course, if I knew it was a mistake, I wouldn't have done it. Or if I knew what I was doing was wrong, I wouldn't have done it. But I can understand why I did it myself or how it will be so easy for another mother to do it. You know, when you're alone with your child, especially like in my case, when I had my baby, I was alone. And it gets overwhelming. You have so much to do every day that it gets so convenient for you to make the mistake that I made. Okay, let me dial back. Let me start from the beginning. So, when I had my baby, up until 3 months, I was alone. It was just baby and I. When she hit the 2.5 mark, I noticed that she could now recognize pictures, she could hear sounds, she could watch TV, and she enjoyed Cocomelon. My baby loved Cocomelon. So I realized it was easy for me to just, put Cocomelon for her, and then I will go and do laundry, cook, eat something, clean. It was just easy. And if I put baby there, okay, she will not move. If that Cocomelon was running, that is all you needed. She will not move. The only time she will move is if maybe her diaper was wet or she was hungry or she was feeling sleepy. Then she will get fussy. But apart from that, I promised you she will not move. She will stay there and watch. And it got easy for me. It got easy for me. Let me be frank here because then I could just run around and do anything that I needed to do some laundry, like I said, just whatever I needed to do. I could cook a whole meal. This baby will not move. My baby will not move. She will stay still. And it was just easier for me up until I started noticing that baby was 7 months, 8 months, and her crawling had now delayed. And I know that maybe you could say that 7, 8 months is okay, still a bit early, but I think I panicked because my firstborn, which is my son, he crawled so early. I think before between the 6, 7 months, he had already crawled. That was when I realized that okay, I had made a mistake. Because now if you put her down, she wasn't interested in moving. She just would sit still. She wasn't interested in going anywhere. She would just sit right there and be staring at you. And if that TV is on, then it's a done deal. She wouldn't go anywhere. 8 going to 9 months, I noticed that she wanted to move, but she was struggling. So I noticed, okay, I had made a mistake. And of course, I took to research. By research, I mean Google, okay? And I read that environmental issues could contribute to a baby's delay in crawling, which I suspected was in my case. When I read up further, if the baby doesn't get the chance to move, to exercise, to, use her muscles, she just doesn't practice moving. So it becomes difficult for him or her to do so. We were not doing a lot of tummy time at some point, which was also indicated. I started putting the TV off. I started incorporating tummy time. We were moving more. Apparently, if you're wearing baby constantly, I know that it makes our lives easier. But if you're constantly wearing baby, if you're constantly, like in my case, she is sitting still at one place, she's not getting the opportunity to move, to exercise, to just explore her environment, she becomes stale wherever she is because she hasn't had the opportunity to learn, which was in my case. I know it can be so easy for us as mothers to take a few minutes or suggest some time to get things done. But in the meantime, baby is not exercising, baby is not practicing what they need to practice. And I think that was where I made that mistake. So I realized that, and then we started incorporating tummy time. We started exercising. I put that cocoa melon off. And then a couple of weeks, I noticed that she started moving. She could stand on all fours, but still, it was a bit difficult for her. She would try it and then she would fall. She would try it and then she would fall. When she could stand on all fours now, to move was a problem. I also read that some babies don't crawl at all, they just skip to walking. And I noticed that even though she wasn't crawling, she could stand herself up. She could hold the chair, the sofas, and then stand up. So that was consoling for me because I knew that, okay, that wasn't any major problem with her. And I was thinking, okay, so is my baby just going to skip crawling and then just go straight to walking, because that was what I read too. But I noticed that she was interested in the crawling. She just couldn't do it because she could stand on all fours, just that coordinating her hands and then her knees to move was a problem for her. So she was interested in crawling, but to actually do it was hard for her. So I knew that it wasn't the case where she was just going to skip crawling and then go straight to walking. And we actually needed to work on the crawling. And I wanted her to be able to crawl before she hit the 10-month mark, because that would be too far. If she was going to crawl and she hasn't crawled yet up to 10 months, that is a bit of a stretch. So I wanted to get into that exercise routine with her and then get her to crawl. So, like I said, we started doing tummy time. We spent more time on the floor. We spent more time playing. And I think what I also did was I threw her favorite toys a bit further away from her. So if she was sitting here, I would just throw her toys a bit further away from her, and then she would have to work and go and get it. So that also helped because I knew that those toys would definitely attract her to come over. She will fall a few times, she will get up, try again, fall a few times, get up, try again, and eventually she will get the toy. That's what we did, and that's what helped us. She eventually crawled. She is going on 11 months now. She's starting to take little steps, even. So, yeah, we've made progress. So, Mama, if you realize that your baby is lacking on the crawling side, you may want to think back. If maybe you're not spending enough time on the floor, you are not doing enough tummy time, you're not, maybe baby is just not getting enough time to explore her environment, and then pay attention to those sides. If you have done all those things, and her muscle is built, she has reached that stage, I believe she's naturally going to crawl. So no need to worry, Mama. You got this. All right, guys. So this is where we will love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. We will appreciate that. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.